For the last 5 years, I have been waking up quite early, literally before the sun. I don't want to exaggerate, but this one simple habit has completely changed my life. In this video, I'm going to talk about how getting up just a couple of hours earlier reshaped many areas of my life and how you can start waking up early effortlessly without having to rely on alarms or motivation. So let's get right into it. I'll just cut to the chase. The biggest advantage of waking up early is that for a few precious hours, no one can steal your attention. No notifications, no meetings, no obligations, no noisy neighbors. It's just you and your goals. The complete absence of distractions makes it significantly easier to focus on a task and enter what people call a flow state. My routine is currently that I wake up at around 4 a.m., freshen up, and pretty much just start working. I work just around 4 to 5 hours a day. That's it. When you start working that early in the morning and are just truly focused, then time passes so quickly that you don't even notice. Now contrast that with someone waking up at the average time at around 8 or 9 a.m. As soon as they get up, they probably have notifications and calls coming in. Then there's their neighbor ringing the bell. It's almost like the distractions in their environment have 10x'd. And it's very hard to get some solid hours of focused work in such an environment. And maybe some of you don't really think that distractions are a big deal. You're like, come on, how much damage can a few messages and calls really do to me? You perhaps believe that you can multitask and a distraction-free environment isn't all that valuable. But the truth is, studies have shown that the human brain cannot multitask. Instead, what it does is actually task switching. And there is a massive cognitive cost to switching tasks. So every time you're hit with a distraction, you are basically task switching. Your brain has to now recall where you left off, reload rules of the new task, suppress the previous task, and all this increases errors, slows performance, and most importantly, consumes mental energy. When you wake up pretty early, you almost feel like you live two lives in a day. Your first life is during the early morning hours when it's just you and your goals and hobbies. During this time, you're a free man, a master of your fate. You get to decide what is it that you want to do with your life, and this is the perfect time for building yourself. Maybe you learn how to code, create content, write a book, or train martial arts. Then at roughly around 9 a.m., your second life starts. This is the time where the fires of the world come knocking at your door. You're no longer a free man. You're now required to bend to the rules of the outside world. Maybe you have to respond to urgent emails or attend a meeting at work or do a chore for your parents. The point is that the second life is not really a good time period to build yourself, but it's rather a time to resolve things and deal with all your obligations and responsibilities. But the thing is, because 95% of people do not wake up early, they do not get to live that first life. They do not get to build themselves each day. They just instead wake up in the second life where they're just constantly dealing with fires and are restrained by obligations all day, which is why most people remain the same even after years have passed. They have nothing to show for it because they never had blocks of the day that were just dedicated to purely working on themselves. Look, the goal isn't to just wake up early. The goal is to wake up early and feel focused and energetic so you can actually make use of those early morning hours and get stuff done. There's absolutely no point in getting up at 5 a.m., all sleep deprived, having brain fog, and not being able to think. So in this section of the video, I am going to tell you how to design your life such that you actually wake up early and full of energy. The first rule is to sleep embarrassingly early. I sleep at around 8:45 p.m. My friends and family, they roast the hell out of me for sleeping this early. But hey, when you sleep this early, there is no way you're not going to wake up early. Like bro, even if you sleep 8 hours, you're still going to end up waking at 4:45 a.m. And yes, sleeping this early does come with a price. The price is that you can't go out for late night chill sessions with the boys or be gaming or be binge watching Netflix shows late at night. But then there comes a point in your life where you kind of have to make that decision. Do I want to have temporary, quick bursts of pleasure and sleep late each day? Or do I want to harness my potential, become exceptional, and be proud of the effort that I put in each day? The second rule is to sleep at the same time every single day, including the weekends. Your body just loves consistent, predictable behaviors. If you sleep at 2 a.m. one day, then 10 p.m. the next day, then you're disrupting a bunch of processes, and this causes you to wake up feeling like shit. So set up a time and go to bed at that time every single day. It's not rocket science. Lastly, just get some sunlight, bro. Sunlight is what your body actually uses to adjust your biological clock. If you're stuck in a dark room all day, not getting any sunlight, especially early morning sunlight, then you're gonna have sleep issues. Look, I know all of this seems like too much to absorb and too much to do. Part of you is probably like, I don't want to sleep early while my friends are out there having fun, or I don't want to go for walks in the morning just to get sunlight. All sounds pretty boring, right? But let me tell you this. Once you naturally start waking up at 5 a.m., feeling full of energy, motivation, and the desire to do things, and your mood feels excellent, and now you're so productive that you can get like a week's worth of work done in like a single day, then you are not going to want to ever give up this superpower. Then all these trade-offs that you're making, they're going to feel like they're worth it. So just stick to these habits long enough that you can experience their rewards. And as always, in case no one has told you this today, I am rooting for you.